Okay, we are here in our local field to test out a few new discs. So let's get straight into it. All right, welcome back or welcome in. We are here to test out the new DD3. So I bought myself a baseline C-Line DD3 and I got the new Q-Line DD3. I really like this pink, by the way. We're gonna go ahead and test these out. I wanted to get a good reference point as far as I got the baseline and see how these compare and whether or not the Q-Line actually gives any additional distance. I figured the best way to go about doing that was to compare it to itself in its baseline form. So
let me see your shirt, Atlas.
Initial, the C-Line is significantly more durable as far as like the flight plate. You can really feel the difference. This Q-Line is super thin and kind of flimsy, whereas the C-Line is very sturdy. It feels super thick. The in-hand feel on both of them is pretty similar, honestly. I kind of like the feel of the Q-Line a little better, but I think it's just because I like that slightly softer plastic feel. Other than that, I mean, they're basically the same disc. So we're gonna go ahead and give these a few ribs, see which ones we basically just kind of see what they do, and get a good idea of what they fly like, whether or not one's more stable or what. So let's get straight into it and see what happens. Okay, so we've got U-discs set up at our starting point, which is right here in front of the camera. We're just gonna chuck them out into the field and go from there. I'm going to throw the baseline first, and it's supposed to be pretty stable, so I'm gonna just throw it flat and see how it goes. Mind you, these are my first throws of the day. I have not had any warm-ups, so it's about as even playing field as it's gonna get for these two. Not too bad. I didn't get any turn on it. Pretty straight flying, although I think most people know how the baseline DD3 flies, so this comparison isn't necessarily to see how it flies, but see how this Q-Line flies in comparison to it. Oh, there's also going to be a surprise at the end of the video, so make sure to stay tuned long enough to figure out what that's going to be. Hey, leave it there, punk! Okay, so we're going to throw this one, try to get it as flat as possible as well, and see if it actually gets any turn, or if it gets any distance if it doesn't. Okay, well, we'll walk and talk about this a little bit. So the Q-Line, I think I threw it on a slight bit more of Anheuser. You guys will be able to see in post when you see actual video. You'll be able to compare the angles a lot better than I can. However, the feel, it felt like it came out on a little bit more Anheuser, but it kind of held that angle just a little bit and then flexed back pretty gradual, and it didn't have a crazy dump. So I'm gonna try to put them both on a little bit more of a flex line next time and see how they compare. Now, the C-Line, my daughter picked up. I don't know how far she moved with it, but I know that she did pick it up. So we'll see what that looks like as far as distance goes, and just know that it's a little bit off because she grabbed it. Now, really, they're pretty close. They're both right here in this same area. Definitely not seeing a 50-foot difference for sure. So first throw, baseline DD3 is 274. All right, now let's move over to the Q-Line and see what we have here. Q-Line, we're looking at 289. So not terrible. Not great. Then again, that is first throw. Neither one of them thrown on a distance line. So we'll get back to our we'll get back to our starting location and toss these guys out here again and see what happens. So we're getting back to the bag now, and I was gonna try to record my daughter riding her bike and it'd be all cute, and literally as soon as I turn the camera on, like the beep beep beep, she completely wipes out, like eats shit. So the camera immediately goes off and I've got to go try to make her feel better. That being said, she's walking, but she's not riding, so I think she's a little worried. And then you have my son trying to drag my bag around.
Mine.
You go say hi?
Hi.
Hi. All right, here we are, round 2. We also got the neighbors, the people who own the field. So we bought a couple baskets and put them out in the field. So now we have something to actually throw at from time to time. That being said, I'm gonna see if we can get some input on where he places them, and maybe we'll get to design ourselves a little, I don't know, 9-hole course out here. But we'll see. We're not gonna have 9 baskets, like 3 that you can throw from different places on. He's got some woods out here along the edge line, so we'll see, we'll see. Anyway, all right. So we had about 20-foot difference on the Q-line. So now we're gonna throw the baseline, C-line, on a bit of a flex line and see if we can get more distance out of this, and we'll see if we can get closer to 350-ish out of these 2. Oh, there's a stick under me. Oh, that's a pretty clean flight. Oh, the wind is playing with it. Not bad though, not bad. We do have a little bit of left to right wind, so keep that in mind. It's kind of gusting though, it's not steady, but it's hard to get perfect conditions, especially because it's supposed to rain tonight.
I'm bleeding. Daddy, I didn't know something, but I'm bleeding.
You are a little bit.
Did you see me?
Yeah, not the right angle. As far as direction goes, hopefully most of that flight's on the camera and I'm not blocking it. If I am, I'll just redo it. But hey, no. No. Get your pink one. Get your pink one. Go get those. Go get that one. He tries to take all of the discs out of my bag and just chuck them everywhere. And then it's like 52 card pickup just with discs. Not a good time. Okay, so we're back. You guys didn't see it, but that took a lot longer than it should have. My buddy showed up, so we were chatting about where he's placing the baskets. Anyway, here comes the sun. He's getting tired. Base was about 330. Q-line about 340. I'm gonna throw them both on a bit more of a hyzer line, see if they hold and push, see if they flip up at all, and then I'm gonna throw one more after that for just max distance and see if what improvements we get from them. So let's go with this baseline again and go from there. Hey, no. Don't keep pulling them out. Go get it. Ooh, that wind. You see the wind working. But no, it didn't flip up at all. It just held the hyzer until it started fading out. The wind took it and it was gone. All right, let's try this Q-line and see if we can get similar.
Yeah. 1, 2.
Well, that was thrown at the sky, but it did flip up. Levy, go get that one for me. Please? My son is angry. I don't know if you can hear him, but I'm gonna have to go get him in a second because he is so mad out there right now. So we're just gonna throw this so it fades out in his direction, hopefully, where I can just get him and the disc all at the same time. Oh wait, here he comes. No. Decent little skip, but it just holds that hyzer angle. I hope this camera is actually aimed low enough to where you guys can see that, but that is just absolutely nothing. All right, we're gonna throw them both one more time. I'm not gonna worry too much about those specific distances, just because on that hyzer, the way it was thrown, I wasn't throwing for distance. I will say, since I threw the pink one so low, it definitely came out not as far. But yeah, all right, we'll get them rallied up and then we'll throw one more for max distance and then give final thoughts and then let you guys know about that surprise I got for you. All right, so we are back. We're gonna try to throw these on a bit of a distance and see what we get from them. That being said, we're throwing into a crazy headwind now. You can definitely tell the storm's blowing in. So We're gonna see how they fight in the wind too, I guess. Hey, don't throw them right my way, punk. Throw them over here, that way. That way. You're gonna make me slip and I'm gonna die. Alright, here we go. Watch out. Heads up. The wind is playing with that. Looks like it flew pretty well though.
There's a storm.
Okay, here we go with the
Coming.
C-line or the Q-line. Hopefully I get this on a similar angle because I kind of really like that flight.
Way up.
Oh, it looks pretty good. It is definitely not as stable though, because it did not fight back out of that near as much. We are gonna go for a walk to grab these last two, get a good idea on what the distance is of them, and in the meantime I'll give you guys my last thoughts and then let you in on the surprise. So as far as thoughts go, I don't usually throw 12 speeds. I'm just now getting to the point with my arm speed and spin rate that I can throw them and get them to kind of do what they're supposed to do. So typically speaking, I steer away from them. The Destroyer in my bag is really the only one I have, and I don't throw it that much yet. Usually I stick to 11 and below, but they both actually feel really good. Like I said, most of you guys, if you're watching this, are probably aware of what the DD3 actually does already. So most of my insights in it are not going to be anything newsworthy. But the Q-Line, it is slightly less stable. Now mind you, the wind is definitely playing a part with that as far as where it's at and what it's doing. But it did not fight out near as much as that C-Line did. That C-Line was fighting back hard. And I feel like they came out at similar angles, similar enough that the flight should have been close enough that we wouldn't have seen a crazy difference. But anyway, so we're coming up on this C-Line and it is sitting at 353. Now, let's go find this Q-Line, which looks pretty similar, honestly. I don't think there's gonna be much of a difference, and see where it is at. Parallel, but we are sitting at, as soon as it catches up, it's bouncing around between like 364 is what it's at right now. And then it was up at like 370-ish or so as well. But nonetheless, we got a little bit of extra distance on it. That being said, on to the surprise. So this Q-Line, I actually got two of them sent. So this blue one, I will be giving away. That being said, all in all, I like the disc. I think I will bag it. I don't know what I'm gonna replace because I'm trying not to add more discs without getting rid of some, but we'll figure that out in a little while. Anyway, it's been Disc Daddy from Diapers to Drivers. Until next time.